Most people who cut fat don't get healthier, they get hungrier, they snack more, and they often don't realize why. Because the problem isn't fat, it's what fat was doing in their meals. Let's make this simple. If you remove fat from a meal, something strange happens. You still eat the same food, but it doesn't last the same way in your body. You get hungry again faster. Not slightly faster, noticeably faster. Why? That's the real question. In a balanced plate, protein builds structure, carbs give energy, but fats do something different. They control how long the meal works for you. Not how much energy it gives, how long it lasts. Without fat, meals feel quick. Hunger comes back early. You start looking for snacks. With fat, everything slows down, energy feels smoother, you stay full longer. Same meal, different outcome. So what changed? I used to naturally eat quite fatty foods. I still do sometimes. But I didn't really think about it. It was just normal. Until I started noticing something. It wasn't what I was eating that mattered most. It was how stable the whole meal felt afterwards. That's when things started to change. Fats also change something people underestimate: taste. They make food richer, more satisfying, more complete. Low-fat meals often feel less enjoyable, less complete, easier to keep eating without feeling satisfied. So it's not just about hunger later, it's about satisfaction in the moment. I remember when my kids were younger, we went to Italy. They were so excited about pizza. But when we got there and ordered one, they barely ate it. It was completely different from what they were used to. Less heavy, less loaded with cheese and oils. And suddenly it didn't match their expectations of what pizza should taste like. And that's interesting, because it shows how quickly we get used to foods that are richer, heavier, and more intense. So when something is more balanced, it can actually feel less satisfying at first, even if it isn't. Now, here's where most people get fat wrong. It's not just about eating fat, it's about how it stacks. A few years ago, I didn't even notice this. But my friend Inna, she's a health professional, pointed it out to me more than once, and it did made me start looking at it differently. Take common foods.
Burger, fatty meat, cheese, sauce. Pizza, cheese, processed meat and oil. Sausages, fatty meat, added fat.
It's not one sauce, it's multiple fat sources in one meal. That's where balance starts drifting. Not from eating fat, but from stacking it without noticing. One of the biggest issues is not noticing how fat builds up. A bit of oil in cooking, some cheese, a fatty protein, a sauce. Individually, fine. Together, it adds up fast. That's why a simple guide helps. A thumb-sized portion of fat is often enough for a meal. Not a rule, just a reality check. So what can you do today? At your next meal, don't change anything. Just notice, where is the fat coming from? And is it already enough or stacking from multiple places? That awareness alone starts to change how you eat, without effort. A balanced plate isn't about removing foods. It's about understanding how they behave together. And fats are what control how long the experience lasts.
Balanced plate hub.